Well, the struggle to save the Sullivans was really more of a frustrating struggle today, with the weather really affecting rescue operations for the stricken destroyer.
Channel 2's Ron Plants was on hand for the latest briefing and to see what the conditions were firsthand. So, Ron, where do things stand tonight?
Well, you were talking about the weather, obviously. They say that they did have more progress today in getting more oily residue out of the ship and controlling the environmental factor, estimating about 4,000 gallons of ship's oil removed under state DEC oversight. But again, their primary goal of getting divers in the water thwarted by today's blustery weather. The video of the water washing over more of the destroyer's deck back by the sunken stern and near the rear gun mount gives you some idea of the high winds and water levels holding back the rescue effort today. The mission to right the ship, now still stabilized at a 22-degree angle of list, will go on, of course, with a plan to get divers back into the water tomorrow for an initial assessment of the hull, and then eventually they can work in the compartments where the flooding occurred.
They need to figure out where the water's coming in from, how is the water coming in. So that's why we want to do an outside of the vessel assessment first, and then we can, once we get more information from that, we will go inside and sort of figure out, you know, does that match up with what we're seeing on the outside? Can we repair it? Does it need epoxy? Does it need wedges? Does it need plugs? So that's kind of what we're looking for.
These plans of the ship construction from the 1940s era will help guide them. And there's another factor to protect those divers, a warning for other boats and ships on the Buffalo River and off Lake Erie for pleasure boat and commercial traffic to cut down on a dangerous wake and wave action.
It's going to require a no wake speed past the Naval Park. Vessels over 100 gross tons will be required to notify the Coast Guard 2 hours prior to entering the Buffalo River. And that is to ensure the safety of the divers.
Now back to the ship recovery process. There's also a naval architect doing what they call a topside assessment of the Sullivans, looking down from the nearby and higher Little Rock cruiser to check the placement when they do try to get it upright. That architect, by the way, with the TNT Maritime Salvaging Team, which the city brought on board, a very expensive but very knowledgeable international specialist in emergency salvage and ship recovery efforts just like this. Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.